Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be about having the ultimate morning routine for success. And this is for any achiever who just wants to get more done during the day and really have that momentum going throughout the day, have that consistent drive throughout their entire day. And so if you're new here, welcome. Subscribe if you like this video. Check out the lower right hand corner and hit that subscribe button. But yeah, so we're going to dive right into it. Guys, the most important part of this morning routine is it already has most of the success habits of highly successful people in it. And if you haven't seen that video yet, you should check it out, linked in the description. A trick I do when I wake up is I know I'm going to be extremely tired when I wake up. I know I'm going to feel groggy. I'm not going to feel like getting up. So what do? I get up. I go against my will at that point. So a good way to do that is to actually get out of your bed, just make up your bed real quick. And that gets your body like, okay, I'm awake, I'm starting to move around a little bit. It's going to make it harder and harder for you to go back to sleep doing this. And then, I typically walk over to the refrigerator, drink some water. What happens when you go to sleep, you lose a lot of water in that process. So you definitely want to make sure you drink a bottle or a cup of water, and that's going to make you feel awake, and it's going to give you a lot more energy right off the bat. So you want to go ahead and take care of that. We're going to jump into this process called savers. It is, it's the skeleton behind your morning routine. And I shamelessly stole it from this book called Magical Morning. So if you want to check that out, I'll link it in the description. Savers. So we're going to start with S. S stands for silence. And this is how it looks like. Just sitting in your bed or sitting down wherever. If you just want to think, process a little bit. And what I would do is set a timer in doing this, because when you're in complete silence and you're alone with your thoughts, time can get away from you. So you definitely want to set a timer for this, but you just think through what needs to get done. And this is a good practice because it won't overwhelm you for the day. You'll kind of have an idea of what needs to get done. And if you watched my video before about how to get up early in the morning, I go through how you plan for the night before and everything. We're going to get into this. You want to definitely make sure you just go over what's on your mind. And when you're aware of those thoughts first thing in the morning, it's going to have this effect that clears your mind, and you're actually going to feel like you're more in control of what's going on and more in control of your thoughts. That way, you're not going through the day with all these things on your mind and you're getting distracted by your own thoughts. So that's a good practice to have. So that's why it starts with silence. And it can also look like meditation or even prayer. So whatever you do in the morning for that is what you do, but silence is pretty much your choice. We're going on to the next one. Affirmations. So this one typically trips a lot of people out and it throws a lot of people off. Affirmations, at first, at the surface, it sounds like it's something corny to do, right? Well, here's the thing. The thing about affirmations is it's not to say anything crazy or anything corny, or you don't have to look in front of a mirror and say these, and you don't have to have inspirational music in the background, and you don't have to do all these dramatic things. The purpose of affirmations is to say things as if they are, for one, like I am this, I am that, I am successful, I am amazing, I am wealthy, stuff like that, I am strong, stuff like that. What it does is it gives you, it starts your day off with positivity, because as we all know, there are tons of negative things going on in this world, have an effect on how you think. And when you feed yourself these affirmations, first of all, it's in the voice that you trust the most, your own, but also it gives you, it feeds your subconscious. And when it does that, you're subconsciously thinking these things. So even if you don't believe them as you're saying them, over time, they become part of your subconscious, and it kind of manifests itself, if that makes sense. So that's why it's important to have affirmations. You don't have to say hundreds of affirmations. You can just literally make a note in your notes app on your phone and put like 20 over there and just say them every morning. And that is one of the biggest game changers since I've been doing a morning routine. It really surprised me at how effective it was, because not only are you getting stuff done in the morning, but you're also legit like speaking life into yourself. And then you'll be surprised at what they can help you do for others. Okay, so moving on. Visualization. This one's pretty simple. You just want to sit down and kind of just, if you could be doing what you wanted to be doing, what would you be doing? How can I work on that? How do you see your future? Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? When you think about these things, when I did this, I started getting obsessed with it. Like, I would think about it every single day, every single morning, every single night before I go to bed. And like, before I knew it, I accomplished it. And so if you have a goal you want to reach, a life in general that you want to pursue, a certain amount of wealth you want to pursue, and you visualize it every day and you think about it every day and you kind of like see it, you start to think of ways to accomplish it. And before you know it, there it is. Okay, so moving on. Exercise. This is the fun one. This is where you can kind of throw some music on, get hyped up for the day, kind of jam out a little bit. We'll also do some exercise, jumping jacks, push-ups. You could even dance a little bit. The purpose of this isn't to get in shape. It's really to just get your blood flowing and keep you awake and get you in that high energy mode, that positivity mode. So literally the 3 that I just went over, including this one, give you a positive start of your day. And we're just getting started because next is reading. And reading is maybe one of the less fun parts of it, but here's the thing. If you do this correctly, you will learn something new every single morning at the start of the day, and it will set you apart from everybody. Here's how it works. So you just take 15 to 30 minutes every morning, and you literally just read. But I would say you want to focus on something that maybe you don't have a lot of knowledge in, but it's like paramount in life. So maybe if you're not so good at building relationships with people, or maybe if you're not so good with finances, or if you're not good with self-image and you want to increase your confidence, I challenge you to read a book on that, and read a book on it every single morning. If you're pressed for time, audiobooks are the way to go. But if you actually have time, I would suggest actually sitting down and reading the words. There's more power in what you see than what you hear. But you just sit down and read the book. And it's cool because you're like, man, it's like, think about doing all that stuff that I just listed and then reading something that kind of alters the way you look at life. Isn't that cool? That's the purpose of reading in the morning and everything. Typically, I kill 2 birds with 1 stone in the reading section. So I also listen to a podcast right after. And typically, a podcast is like something that is relative to what I'm doing on my own ventures, like my own entrepreneurship journey and stuff like that. For example, YouTube, looking up stuff for YouTube or looking up passive income ideas, stuff like that. And that stuff really just builds your mind up and you become very knowledgeable and very profitable very quickly. So I would highly suggest that. So lastly, we have Scribe. And this is one that's slept on a lot, but honestly, when you're whatever you learned in the morning, it's most effective if you go ahead and jot it down real quick. So that's what I use Scribe for. It's just writing down what I've learned from the book, from the podcast, and it's that simple. But a lot of people also, they write their 3 things that they're grateful for. That's an excellent way to get yourself in a positive mood and just change your outlook. Like when you do these things every day, it sets you apart from everybody because they're like, why is this person so positive, so high energy, so productive? What is this person doing that I'm not doing? It's a morning routine. Realistically, you want to spend an hour doing this morning routine, and that hour to yourself is going to bring you a lot more positivity. It's going to be far more valuable than an extra 20 minutes of sleep, an hour of sleep, 30 minutes of sleep, and you'll feel so great afterwards. You'll feel so energetic. You'll be ready to take the day on, and you will be unstoppable. So I want you guys to comment below, which step in Savers are you most excited about trying? Leave a comment down below. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and I make 2 videos every single week, and I'd love to have you for the next one. Thanks so much for watching.